episode 7. And never in my wildest dreams did I think we'd be here in the final season of The Flash. It's your boy Icon with a DC TV review for you. And I am convinced that after the Red Death saga, the writers were basically just like, look, we ain't got nothing left. Like, the Red Death was it. You know, we fought a villain. We vanquished a villain. We got 8 episodes left. Like, fuck it. Let's just do some filler shit until we get to 13 because nothing is happening. And I love me some Dreamer. I miss Supergirl. I miss the Supergirl TV show. I miss Kelly. I miss Jean. I miss Brainy. Like, Alex. I miss the whole gang. I wish Supergirl would make a comeback because god damn it, I miss me some Supergirl. And I love seeing Nia Embark, aka Dreamer, on this episode of The Flash. But we only have 6 episodes left. Why are we doing filler episodes that have nothing to do with an overall plot, an overall villain? Like, nothing happened. There was no point to this other than furthering the storyline of Iris being apprehensive about the fact that she knows her destiny. The episode started with, with Dreamer because she was trying to enhance her dream. This is going to be a very quick review. She was trying to enhance her Dreamer powers, and she was running into this being in her dream, in the dream world, and the being was she thought the being was trying to stop her, from, heightening her power. So she was fighting against this being, and then Iris showed up in her dream, and then she was like, Nia, it's all about control, and Iris died. So because Iris died, Nia woke up in the middle of National City jitters, and then when she woke up, like, the barista kicked her out of the coffee shop, and then she immediately went to Central City to go talk to Iris, because when she saw Iris died, she started freaking out. Today's the day, as they say on Young Justice. Today's the day where Iris wrote her story about the Red Death. Allegra is the one who actually came up with the article title, like Death in the Red Skies or whatever. And this was the article that was supposed to birth Iris getting her first Pulitzer. So she knows this now. And then for some reason, when Allegra found, like, it's not like, I feel like with Allegra, it's like, do you not see the look on Iris's face when you say these things? Because she wasn't helping it. She was making it worse. She's like, oh, today's the day. Destiny's finally been revealed. You're going to win a Pulitzer and blah, blah, blah. And then Iris started feeling some kind of way about it because she feels like it was cheapened and that she didn't earn it because she was told that she was going to win it. So she was just like, I'm not going to publish it just yet. And then she went on about her business. She's talking to Barry. Barry bought her some cheese fries. And then while she's at work, Nia shows up, and then Nia's like, hey, Iris, she's like, I need to talk to you. And then, Iris just like, it's good to see you. And then she said, when you, me, Kara, and Ryan had our mimosa meeting, she was like, because they invited Iris to the meeting. She got a seat at the table. So they invited her to the meeting. She got to meet everybody and everything, and they were sharing stories about Cicada and blah, blah, blah. Nia said that she admires her and that she feels she's the only person who can help her with her dream problem. And then the same person under the hoodie, the blue hoodie, that Dreamer was beefing with earlier, that person showed up and it zapped both of them into the dream world. So now Iris and Nia Nall, they're both in the dream world. While they're in the dream world, and this was hilarious to me, they're in the dream world. Barry shows up at CC Media. He sees Iris and Nia on the floor. He brings them back to Star Labs. They got them hooked up to the machines. Now, we've had Godspeed. We've had the Red Death. We had the Mirror Master. We had whoever was the villain last season. I can't remember. Oh, the Reverse Flash with the negative forces and everything. We have so many threats to society, to humanity, to the people. People died during the Red Death saga. Like, people died during the Negative Force saga. Like, lives were taken. And through all that, Team Flash decided that they could do it on their own, and they can come together as Team Flash, and they can save the day, and they can save the community, and save Central City, which they did. But for some reason, despite the fact that going through these horrible villains that committed cold-blooded murder throughout the course of 4 seasons, and Barry deciding that he can do it on his own, the moment Iris gets trapped in the dream world, Barry pulls out his phone and says, I'm calling the Justice League. I'm like, bro. Now all of a sudden, we want to call the Justice League. You didn't want to call the Justice League when the Red Death was killing people. You didn't want to call the Justice League during anything else that happened. Now all of a sudden that Iris is in trouble, we call on the Justice League. Like, I thought that was hilarious. And like, Iris is back. Iris still got the locks, by the way. So I guess she's just like, fuck it, the show ended, so I'm keeping these locks. So anyway, so now Barry freaking out. He's like, I'm gonna call Kara. I'm gonna call Jean. I'm gonna get the legends. Like, he's basically like, he's like, I'm gonna find Bruce Wayne. He's trying to do whatever he can to find Iris. Iris is in the dream world. The first dream that they're in was Iris's dream where she becomes the captain of the CCPD. And she was actually enjoying it a little bit. She was like, wow, this is me. I have an office. People respect me. Like I have power, this, that, and the third. They end up going through another door, which takes them to CC Jitters, where Iris is the manager of CC Jitters. And she's telling everybody what to do. And she's solving problems, getting people their coffee. And while Nia is over here trying to figure out what's going on and why they're trapped in the dream world and how they can get out of the dream world, Iris over here making coffee, wiping down tables, talking about, yo, this shit ain't half bad. So, so then Dreamer told her, she was like, look, if we stay in this dream too long, we're going to die. So she said, is there anything that you can think of, something in your life that's going wrong, which is why we're here? And then she was like, no. She said she couldn't think of anything. And then the same being with the blue hoodie showed up again, and it zapped them into, I guess, a made-up dream where they're back at CC Media, and Allegra, along with the other two coworkers that they have, they were all at a table watching Iris get the Pulitzer Award, and then they were talking shit behind her back because they were just like, yo, that bitch ain't earned shit. And then even Allegra was just like, yeah, like her whole destiny's been told for her already. She knows what's going to happen. She didn't earn jack. And then that's when Iris got upset and she walked away. Nia follows her and she's just like, okay, so we're trapped. Our lives are at stake. We're about to die. And you're worried about getting an award. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And then that's when she told us, she said that the problem is she said it doesn't feel genuine. It feels like I didn't earn it because I was already told I was going to get it. And then that's when Nia told her, she was like, look, the moment you decided to become a journalist, the moment you decided to pick up the pen and the paper, you pushed yourself towards this moment. It's not that you didn't deserve the moment. The moment was created by you because of your determination to do what you do. This is the results of your hard work, and you need to embrace it because this is what you were chasing all along. So then Iris finally accepted that, and then she told Dreamer, she was like, regarding your problem, she said that you're sitting there trying to fight this chick in the hood, and I think instead of fighting against her, you need to embrace what she's trying to tell you and give up control. So then Dreamer, she goes through the door that had the spider webs on it. She sees the being. She tells the being, she's just like, thou art my master, command me. And then when the woman takes off her hoodie and then lights Dreamer up and gives her her power back, she finds out that the woman in the hoodie is actually the original Dreamer, the very first person who had the dream power that existed on Nia's mom's home planet. So then she was just like, she wanted her to give up control and allow this being, like the mother of all dreams, to help her as far as enhancing her power and taking her power to the next level. And that's exactly what she did. She gave up control, and now she's back and she has all of her power again. Both girls wake up from the dream. Barry calls off the red alert for the Justice League, and then they go upstairs. They have a nice little conversation. Cecile said she could feel the power of the original Dreamer in the room. Nia was just like, I gotta go. And then, she said, see you at the next book club. And then she dipped, and now she's gonna go train and become the best dreamer that she could possibly be. Iris published the article, so she's finally gonna get the Pulitzer. We'll see if she gets the Pulitzer in the next episode. She published the article, and then the next day, everybody's having Sunday dinner at Cecile's house because Joe's gone. and then, while they're sitting there having dinner, then we get a knock at the door, which happens to be Blaine, which for some reason they put him in the intro. Like, if you go back and watch the Flash intro, Chill Blaine is in the Flash intro now. Because earlier in the episode, he was having a dream about Keon when, Keon wanted all of his goodness. And then, he woke up from the dream, because everybody dreaming in this episode. So then he decided, he was just like, okay, if I'm having dreams about Keon, he was like, maybe I should get to know her. So he took Keon out on the town. They did all the things that he and Frost used to do. But the problem was every time Keon herself was just like, hey, can we go to the park? He was like, no. She was like, can we go to the botanical gardens? He was like, no. She said, why don't you want to do anything that I want to do? He said, because all the shit you want to do sucks. And then she was just like, oh, it's fun to me. And he was like, woman, just try to be more like Frost. And that's when she was like, oh, shit. So basically, she got upset. She left the bar. He felt like shit. He came back to the West household the next day when everybody was having dinner. He brought Keon outside. I don't know why they just didn't let him. Because Barry did the whole thing like, oh, you're a part of this family. You're a part of this team. When he knocked at the door, they treated him like he was a criminal. But Keon goes outside. She had to talk with him. He apologized. She forgave him. And then he said he's going to leave because he said that, he's too attached to Frost's death and he hasn't gotten over Frost's death yet. And he said the only way for him to get over Frost's death is for him to actually do the work and go through the grieving process, which he has to go through alone. And then that's when it hit me. So you're leaving the show and they put your ass in the intro. I'm confused. So I don't think he's going away. And if he does, it's probably just going to be for one episode, but it doesn't matter because we only have 6 episodes left. We've wasted enough time as it is. Thank you for tuning in. So now I don't know what's happening. And like I said, I'm at the point now where I feel like the writers, all they had was Red Death, and now they just like, yo, fuck it. Like they don't know, they're just filling in the gaps until we get to 13. But something, even if it's a 3-episode arc, like for the love of God, something has to happen before this show is over, because they are phoning it in as far. And I'm not saying this like in a bad way. It's just like, oh, the big bad has been defeated early, so now let's just say our goodbyes and ride off into the sunset. So I'm just like, so nothing life-threatening is gonna happen. We're just gonna put a nice little bow. It's almost like the last 6 episodes. It's gonna be based around her having the baby, and there's gonna be no drama behind her having the baby. They're just gonna have the baby. Everybody's gonna get a nice little bow wrapped around their storyline, and then we're just gonna speed off into the sunset, and then that's gonna be it. But the Oliver Queen episode is somewhere in here, and that's what I'm waiting for at this point. But I still love me some Flash, so leave your questions, comments, and concerns down below. Let me know what you think about this particular filler episode. Let me know what you think about next week's filler episode, because they're trapped in time again, and 5 more episodes after that. And are we actually going to get a big bad? Is something going to happen, or are we just going to get one-off filler episodes until Iris pops his baby, and then that's it? Then we're going to conclude this. So share your questions in the comments section. Hit the notification bell. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit me up on Twitter and or Instagram. Always on YouTube, where you can share your questions, comments, and concerns. I got Superman and or Lois on the channel, and for the love of God, we're waiting for April 15th for them Titans to come back so we can say goodbye to them too, unfortunately. So that was it, guys. So thanks for tuning in. So until next week for another filler episode of the final season of The Flash. We'll be back in The Flash. And I love this.